We want to talk about what this church means to us, how you felt it impact your life. And I wondered if one of the first places you could think about, return to in your memory, is the first time that you decided, you and your family, that this is a place where you want to take steps toward Christ with other people.
I think when I came here for the first time, I didn't know that I was looking for a church. I just felt that I wasn't being nourished in my life, and I wasn't quite sure what was missing. And I'd heard that GCC was a little more modern, kind of a different approach, and that got my curiosity up. It started with the music. The excellence of the musicians just really got my attention. And pretty soon I felt that this is touching something deep down within. There's something special going on here. So we've been coming back ever since.
We had just moved and we were invited by friends to come and experience GCC. And it was funny because the first time we came, we were late. You can't pull on the doors after the service starts, and I didn't know how to get in. So we went home because I didn't know how to get into the auditorium. So I went home and we jumped online to find out when the next service started, and then we came back for the next service. It's important to me that that I'm able to make the things that I hear, relevant in my life and be able to apply them into kind of what's going on every day. And I'll never forget that first service. It was so relevant at the time. I needed to hear exactly what I heard that day. And it was pretty amazing. It was, on the way home, we had decided we're going back again next week because that was just awesome. And then, we've never not attended a weekend service. So yeah, it was great.
Interesting, that you talk about, the depth and how good the service is, because very often what I hear is that people go, oh yeah, GCC, it's kind of watered down, right? It's not very deep. And then once they find, they don't know that we go to GCC, and then they see who we are, and then how God has challenged us to do things for Him, and then they're like, what church do you go to? And I said, I go to Granger Community Church. Like, oh, really? A little bit of depth to you, so it can't be all that bad,
I talk about GCC all the time. I know you guys too. Whether I'm at work or I'm out with friends, it's just part of my conversation because it's a part of my life. It's just a part of who I am. And people, they like me, and I'll say, well, what you're liking in me, these things are things I learned there. I got that there. It's a part of the character I built from learning and listening. So, I'll say it's not me that you're seeing that you like it. It's God that you're seeing, and I've learned about Him, and I've grown closer to Him through the time I spent here. And if I didn't have this, really, I don't know if we'd be married 20 years. I don't know if I'd be the mom I want to be to my kids or the friend to my friends. It is so critical that I'm here and learning these things, or else it just wouldn't be the life I want to live.
There's nothing that's more of value to my spiritual growth, my wife's spiritual growth, our kids' spiritual growth. That is the foundation of all that we are. And so what we're experiencing here and the people that we're going through life with together and developing these incredible relationships from the church, that's everything to us.
The world's messy. And this is a place where the mess is allowed to come through the door, and we introduce them to a solution. It's one of the things that makes it worth it to me is people come here and they very quickly find out their value.
While I'm not where I want to be, I'm certainly glad I'm not where I was. And I think that comes from my attendance here over the years.
It seems like everything we've been talking about, there's this real life connection, us or people we love or even strangers that we see whose lives are being changed here. It's about something that moves into your week and into your world. And it makes sense, because if that's what's happening here, it's worth everything we can give and all the time that we can put into it and all of our energy, because it's worth it.